Hey everybody, with Avengers Infinity War rapidly approaching, as well as Marvel introducing the 5th of the 6 Infinity Stones into their universe, I figured right now it'd be a good time to talk about the Infinity Stones, their powers, where they came from, and where they currently are. Let's get into it. First stone we're introduced to in the MCU is the Tesseract, or the Space Stone, which powers include opening portals into wide space, kind of a bit of a portal gun, if you were. First see it in Captain America, the first Avenger, as seen being hidden by some monks in Norway. It is known that it was originally part of Odin's treasure room, but somehow made it to Earth.
The Tesseract was the jewel of Odin's treasure room.
My assumption is Odin's girlfriend at the time made him get rid of it, as is the fate of most awesome things that end in the dump. The Red Skull takes control of the Tesseract and uses it to power his army's weapons, as well as destroy himself at the end of the movie. This Tesseract is then recovered by Howard Stark while searching for Captain America, and Howard begins his own experimentation on the Tesseract. It is thought that Howard's experimentation with the Tesseract gave him the idea for the arc reactor, as well as the unknown element that is currently powering Iron Man's miniature arc reactor. We then see the Tesseract again at the end of the first Thor movie, where it was seen in the hands of S.H.I.E.L.D. being given to Dr. Selvig to do his own experimentations on. Then, of course, the Tesseract returns as the main MacGuffin in the Avengers movie, where it is stolen by Loki and used to open a portal in New York to bring through the Chitauri army to destroy New York. The Tesseract is then given back to Thor and is used to rebuild the Rainbow Bridge, which was destroyed in the first Thor movie, kind of coming full circle. The Tesseract is currently being held in Odin's treasure room on Asgard. The next stone we see, which we didn't know was a stone at the time, is Loki's staff, or the Mind Stone, which powers our mind control. We first see this stone in Avengers, where Loki uses it to control many people's minds, including Hawkeye. The stone was given to Loki from Thanos to use to help take over Earth. It then disappears for quite a while, reappearing in Avengers Age of Ultron in the hands of Baron Strucker. It was thought that S.H.I.E.L.D. recovered the staff after the Battle of New York, but S.H.I.E.L.D. was infiltrated at the time by Hydra, so it made its way to Baron Strucker for his own experimentation. The stone was used to give powers to the Maximoff siblings, Pietro, Quicksilver, and Wanda, the Scarlet Witch. The Avengers recovered the staff, and Tony used it for his own experimentation and eventually creating Ultron. Ultron, in his attempt to create the ultimate body, implanted it into a lifeless form, which would eventually become the Vision. Next, we see the Mind Stone inside the Vision's head in Captain America Civil War. And that is where the stone currently resides, inside the Vision's head. The next stone we're introduced to is the Ether, or the Reality Stone, which powers are able to bring together all the realities or different realms. We see this stone in Thor: The Dark World, as it is the main MacGuffin of that movie. Malekith, the Dark Elf, uses it to hopefully destroy all realities and bring back the Dark World. This stone is quite interesting, as it's not only one seen more as a liquid, but almost has a sentient being as it picks its own host. The ether is recovered by Thor at the end of the movie, but it was seen too dangerous to keep them both on Asgard and is last seen with the Collector on Nowhere. The next stone that we're introduced to is the Orb, or the Power Stone, which powers our power. We're first introduced to this stone as it is the main MacGuffin of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It was recovered by Star-Lord on a desolated world, thoughts being that the beings of this world used this Power Stone to accidentally destroy their own world. Super smart. Ronan the Accuser then comes in control of the stone and tries to use it to destroy Xandar. The Guardians then, of course, band together using the stone to destroy Ronan himself. The Power Stone is currently being held on Xandar with the Nova Core, possibly being the best protected stone of them all. The final stone that we know the whereabouts of is the Eye of Agamotto, or the Time Stone. The Time Stone's abilities, of course, are to control time. It is introduced to us in the Doctor Strange movie and is used many times throughout the movie and is directly referred to as an Infinity Stone by Wong at the end of the movie. It is currently being held with Doctor Strange in the Kumar Taj on Earth. That leaves us with our final stone, the Soul Stone. Where is it? What does it do? We're not entirely sure, but we can narrow down some ideas. James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, has said that it does not appear in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, so we can mark that one off the list. The next movie up would be Spider-Man Homecoming, which I just don't think we would get an Infinity Stone in, being that Spider-Man is more of a street-level hero rather than a intergalactic hero, so I just don't see it appearing in that movie. It is possible that it could appear in Thor Ragnarok. I just don't think so personally, because we used the last Thor movie to introduce an Infinity Stone, and you don't want every movie to be about introducing an Infinity Stone. Which leaves the last two possibilities. It could be held on Wakanda on Earth, and we'll see it in Black Panther. That is a strong possibility, although I think that makes too many Infinity Stones on Earth and just doesn't quite seem to fit. My strongest possibility that I think is we'll be introduced to the Soul Stone in the actual Infinity War movie, and that it's already being controlled by Thanos. Thanos had the Mind Stone when he gave it to Loki way earlier in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so it would assume that he could have controlled other ones, and he would currently have the Soul Stone in his tact already. But, where could it be? We're not really sure. What do you guys think? Where do you think the Soul Stone is? What do you think the Soul Stone does? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for checking out this video and the look back on all our Infinity Stones that we have. And until next time, I'm Sexy Matt the Pharaoh Wizard. Hold on to your hold slot.